It was your favorite time of the week, Friday night. Not only were you happy to finally be out of school for the weekend, but it was also your weekly date night with your boyfriend, Hitoshi Shinsou. Usually, date night consisted of sitting in someone's dorm and watching a movie, which was exactly what you were on your way to do. You held your laptop against your torso with one hand, using the other to knock on Hitoshi's door. He opened it a moment later, giving you his best attempt at a smile as he opened the door for you. "Hey," he said as you walked into his room. You smiled as you entered, immediately setting down your laptop on his bed. "Hey." You turned to face him, giving him a quick peck on the cheek before sitting down on his bed. "It's your turn, I believe, to pick the movie, so I hope you thought of something. I don't want to scroll through all of Netflix again only to settle on something we've seen 3 times. He laughed, sitting down beside you. Don't worry, I've got a few ideas." You giggled as you opened up your laptop and put in your password. "Good." You opened your internet browser, but your heart sunk when you saw the screen it brought up. There were several videos of mostly naked anime women in the recommended page section. Your heart began beating fast, and you looked at Shinsou in a panic. "Yeah, I swear it isn't what it looks like." Your laptop had previously been your brother's, and you had forgotten that when you opened the new brother tab, you still got his old preferences. You tried deleting the search history, but nothing could get rid of them. You assumed he'd used some anime porn site and gotten some kind of virus. He paused for a moment, looking closely at the computer screen. "Is that porn?" You nodded slowly with your wide eyes still fixated on the links. "It's anime porn. Ugh. I'm sorry, this used to be my brother's laptop and I'm guessing he got some kind of virus from it." He nodded slightly. He didn't say anything as he hovered his finger above the mousepad, moving the cursor to click on one of the links. Your eyes widened even further. "Hey, Hitoshi!" "I'm just curious," was all he said as the video came up on the screen. "You said I could pick the movie tonight, right?" You pursed your lips to keep from answering. You were not going to let him use his quirk on you. Sure, you liked anime, but you never watched hentai before. Watching it with your boyfriend seemed a little too intense. "What could be so bad?" he asked. You turned to look at him with a raised eyebrow, and he sighed. "I'm not using my quirk," he said, bored. You nodded. "Well, it's poor, Hitoshi. Don't you think it would be a little awkward?" It was his turn to raise an eyebrow. "Last week we watched one of your romantic movies, which wasn't really romantic at all, by the way, and basically watched 2 people have sex. How is this any different?" "Because it's... You tried to think of an ending to your sentence, but you couldn't. He was right. I mean, it's... You sighed in defeat. "Fine. But just one, okay? One hentai. But we keep the volume on low, and you promise you don't tell anyone, okay?" He nodded and sat back on his bed, patting the empty space beside him for you to lay down. You laid on your side beside him as he clicked play on the video. For the next 15 minutes, you looked everywhere but at the screen. You looked at Hitoshi over your shoulder, you looked at the door, the ceiling, his desk, anything except for the screen. It was quite an uncomfortable situation for you. Not because you didn't like the idea of sex or anything. You read plenty of this stuff online on your own time, but because it just felt awkward to be watching something like this with someone else, especially your boyfriend. It only got more awkward when something poked your back. Your eyes widened and you slowly turned to look at your boyfriend. "Hey, Hitoshi, how are you doing over there?" He tore his eyes from the screen to look down at you. Okay, are you alright?" You nodded slightly. Yeah." You didn't know how to bring it up. Were you just supposed to say, "Hey, you have a massive erection"? How could you even bring that up? You tried to scoot slightly away from him, causing him to grunt. His eyes slowly widened at the realization. "Oh shit," he said quietly as he sat up. "Fuck, I'm sorry. You, it wasn't that you'd never thought of had sex with Hitoshi. You just didn't want this to be the cause. You didn't want it to be like this. No, you're okay. You said nervously. You noticed his face gained a little bit of color. How about we put on a regular movie or something? He asked. You nodded slowly in agreement. I think that's a good idea.